Hey guys!
Hi.
Welcome back to Girls Guide 2. We are your hosts. I'm Megan.
I'm Nikki.
And I'm Jess.
So today we are talking about something that I find super important and not always the easiest thing to talk about. We are talking about hang-ups.
Don't we all have them?
And
Don't
how
we
to
though?
handle them.
And I feel like they're not always like insecurity, like body image. I feel like it's just insecurity hang-ups within every element of life. Who would like to start? Because mine are kind of
I feel like it's about to get real up in here.
It's about to get real.
Real.
A therapy session.
This is a therapy session.
I think one of the things that I guess it's a hang-up. I'm a very intense Irish girl. I feel the jealousy. Yeah, not me at all. I'm very like protective and very like territorial over certain things, and I do boyfriends, friends, just situations in general, and I feel like I do have a tendency to kind of get very abrasive and jealous and kind of not deal with that right away. Like kind of act out. And I love to verbally fight with people as a thing too.
Oh, that is like my polar opposite. I'm
Yeah, me
so
too.
good at taking something that bothers me and avoiding it like the plague. So if someone has offended me in some way, I just won't ever get back to them. Like they'll text me, "Hey, want to hang out?" And I'm like, "Didn't get that."
So my biggest insecurity is never feeling like I'm succeeding, never feeling like I'm really accomplishing anything. So I end up getting on this work train where I'm like, work. And I'm literally setting myself up to fail because I never knew what I wanted. So what my mom made me do is she was like, you need to sit down and decide what you actually want and write it out. So I sat down and I wrote out all of my goals, like health, relationships, family, financial goals, all these goals, and I really was honest with myself. And from that, what I did is I write out like daily actions and things that I can do, like little things, like 5 minutes of this, 5 minutes of that, one step forward, so small that even if I don't feel like doing them, I feel really dumb if I don't, because I'm like, really, this is 5 minutes, like stop being lazy. And I do it, and then at the end of the day, I feel so accomplished because I have things checked off that are moving me towards the things that I actually want. And I've noticed I've been feeling way more like accomplished.
That's brilliant.
Isn't it a good idea? Good idea, Mom. So I had insecurities about my weight a while ago, and it, I didn't stop it. It wasn't controlled, and it ended up leading into an eating disorder. And it started off, I wasn't eating as much. I was really restrictive with my calories, and I was exercising a lot. And after about 1.5 years, it started to cross the line into like bulimia. It only happened a couple times, but I didn't stop it. I didn't have the strength to stop it. My mom actually stepped in, and she was the one that said, like, Nicole, I had the same struggles that I think you're having in college, and it was not good. It controlled my whole life. I was obsessed with it, and I don't want to see that happen for you. And she was like crying, and I don't know what it was, but it was something like, it's funny, just something about seeing a loved one reach out and just shake me awake. I don't know, it was a really fast recovery for me after that. It was like that was all it took. She shook me awake, and I realized, like, holy crap, I'm making myself throw up. Like, that can't be good. And like, I'm working out like 9 hours a day and eating 1,200 calories. That can't be good.
Well, sometimes I think it's interesting that like it takes someone on the outside to come in and kind of make you realize what's happening or make you think about it in a different way. Yeah. And then sometimes, like, I mean, not just for eating disorders, but like if you're in a relationship and like you're super jealous about your significant other, I think it's interesting because I feel like a lot of times friends, like at least I'm the friend, I feel like where I'll come out of the woodwork and be like, I think you need to calm down. Like, this is what's happening. And sometimes that works, sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes it's not like a light switch that someone else can turn on. It's something that like inside of you have to be able to like look at and see how it's affecting your life. Like if it's making people pull away from you, if it's making you miserable because you're so focused on something that you can't fix or control, if it's ruining relationships because people don't want to be around that, people don't want to be involved in that, people don't want to work with that.
Which I think is really interesting because I think a lot of the hangups we have are because people are we're either hyper focused on ourselves and we need to open up our eyes a little bit to other people, or we're so focused on other people and we need to mind our own business.
Turn it internally.
Yes. So that being said, what do you guys do to like deal with all of that stuff?
For me, I think I don't. I'm really good at not dealing with anything that's so bad. Like, I know this about myself, that because I feel like I want to be in control of so many different things, that if something from the outside world comes in and like upsets any part of my life, I just avoid it and I don't deal with it until it's too late. And they're like, hey, they're in my doorstep and they're like, you haven't talked to me. Like, let's deal with this. So for me, that's something I have to work on. And 2, like when it becomes when I know that it's a problem, I have to learn to address it like right then.
Well, I'm crazy. So I'm a big proponent of driving and talking out loud. Like I like to have, I'm sorry,
like in the car?
Insane right now. But yeah, like when I'm driving, and I like to, I guess almost imagine like I were having a conversation with the person that I want to have a conversation with, like what would this be? And then almost go through, almost like a speech, I guess, of like what I would want to say and work things out. And I feel like I worked out so many things just by talking out loud about it and not feeling like when you talk to a friend, you have to explain things in a certain way, and like when you're just talking to yourself kind of and getting it out there, you don't have to focus on another person and how they're taking it. Like you get to just kind of be completely open.
Yeah.
So that's something that I do. And finally, like the thing that I've been trying to really do this year is just be very honest in the moment and not worry.
That's a good one.
Not hold on to things and not worry so much about like if it's gonna hurt some. Like I have to protect me, and I have to be very aware that I feel things, and it's not shameful to feel them and to be honest and open about it. And I should allow myself time to feel those things. Like not just immediately hide it away because, oh, it's probably going to upset someone, or how someone else is going to take this. Like you have to be very true to yourself. And I think people respect that when you're just like very blunt and forward about how you feel.
For more information, check out GirlsGuideTo.com because it's an amazing resource that will tell you how you can deal with all of these issues that we all deal with.
And this topic is so broad that we need to talk about it more. So Saturday, we are doing our Google Plus chat. We are talking about how insecurities lead to obsession, and that is, of course, at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time.
Yeah, and last but not least, be sure to comment, rate, subscribe, favorite, all of that jazz. And also, we want you to know that we think you guys are amazing just the way you are. We love you.
Beautiful.
Yes, you're okay.
And we'll see you Saturday.
Bye, guys.